Welcome to Confident AF Live, taking your mindset next level to get next year's results today with me, your host, Brandon Foster. Are you a badass peep with big dreams, ready to turn your unrealistic goals into reality? Confident AF Live is the gateway to enormous new opportunities and unlimited possibilities. The unrealistic can suddenly become realistic for you if you believe it. Are you ready to take your dreams and results to the next level? Then stay tuned as we help crack open the door to new ways of impactful thinking and believing about yourself with mindset practices for badass people like you. Confident AF Live starts right now. Hello, badasses! Welcome to another live episode of Confident AF Live. I'm super excited, grateful, and glad that you are here today. Hope everybody had an incredible 4th of July. I'm recording this live right after the 4th of July. And I thought I would start today by just getting you, I want to read you my post from the 4th of July. By the way, today is going to be an incredible live Q&A. So all I'm going to do today is do riffs, rants, and reframes on questions that you all provide for me. I've already opened it up my Facebooks and Instagram handles. So if you're not following me, follow me at Brandon R. Foster on Instagram, at Brandon R. Foster Coaching on YouTube. You can watch the live video versions of all these podcasts there. And then, of course, my Facebook group, which has an incredible community of badasses scaling their mindset to scale their businesses to 6 and 7 figures. Confident AF Mindset Practices Facebook group. There's a link to that on YouTube, and I think there's a link on the podcast too for that. So those are the social medias, and I put it on the social medias to ask me anything you want to ask me about mindset today. And so I'm going to be answering those questions during this episode to give those of you who are watching live right now a chance to ask me a question. I thought it would be really fun for me to go ahead and read this, and then you guys can put in your questions through the Transformation Radio Network places. Okay, so let me read this because every 4th of July, when did I write this post? I think I wrote this post 2 years ago. And every 4th of July, I'm just like, thank you, God, for this. This is like the best 4th of July post I could ever write. And so I basically just repost it because it was really just God speaking through me, because so much of our lives, we don't allow ourselves to truly experience freedom. And it's amazing because when you think about business, we think about finances, when you think about all the things that you really want to experience, they're all linked intrinsically to emotional feelings is what you really want. So why do you want like a ton of money? Or why do you want to have more money? Because you want a sense of either safety or a sense of freedom. Freedom to buy what you want when you want to buy it without any guilt, right? For your business, like, why do you want to grow your business? Because you want to feel that feeling of satisfaction. You want to feel that feeling of accomplishment. You want to feel that feeling of I did it and I'm proud of myself. Why do we want to experience miracles in our life? We want to experience miracles in life because we want to feel gratitude toward God, toward our creator. We want to feel that undeniable support from the divine that is inexplicable in our lives, which means that we are deeply loved in every way possible. And so I thought, like I said, that I would share this post with all of you all today. And I am on my Facebook to pull this up, and I'm just going to read it. And this really should become a reel or something. As we celebrate our freedoms today, I am saying a prayer for you, that you begin to experience true freedom in your life. Freedom to be yourself, unconcerned of others, people's views and perceptions. Freedom from guilt, shame, and unworthiness. freedom to experience the power of forgiveness for yourself and others, freedom to let go of your current beliefs and identity to create room for an incredible future, freedom to accept and love yourself right where you are, freedom to give for the pure joy of it, unattached of expectations of gratitude, freedom to step outside of your comfort zone to grow in spite of fear, freedom to let go of insecurity, to know that you are safe and loved, freedom to let go of doubts and worry to experience transformational peace, freedom to realize your past never dictates your future, freedom to know that whatever your heart desires is already yours, freedom to open your heart to receive grace and abundance in ways that you can't even comprehend, freedom to trust that God has placed angels and encouragers in your path to help you, freedom to never again question that your mere existence is all the proof you need to believe that you are unimaginably loved, accepted, and adored by your Creator. That's freedom. That's my prayer. And that's my declaration for the rest of your life and mine. I love you all. I hope that touched your heart in a really, really big, bold, and powerful way, because I mean it with all of my heart. And I could not be more grateful for all of you who are listening every single week and tuning in. And I hope that you are taking the time to share these podcast episodes with friends and family and other people close to you who need encouragement, who could benefit from these words of love and unconditional love, and help them to grow and scale their own badass businesses. And even if they're not business owners, I promise you that this will transform their lives. These episodes, whenever I have people join my Mindset Mastermind Born to Slay, there's a huge ripple effect that happens as badasses join this mastermind and they start to go through their own journey of transformation and shifting who they believe about themselves, what they believe about their mindset, creating from a space of love instead of fear. And the ripple effect is the effect that them changing has on their family and their relationships with their family and those who are closest and dearest to them. And so don't ever think that, if you're not a business owner and you're listening to this, or if you have friends and family who aren't business owners, that this will not completely transform their lives. And I just want to remind everybody too of why this is called the Confident AF Podcast. It's called the Confident AF Podcast because there is nothing more important in your life than believing in your capabilities and abilities of who God created you to be and what you can actually do. Because if you don't believe that you can become abundant, if you don't believe that you have a massive opportunity to create impact in other people's lives through your business, if you don't believe that you can have an incredible marriage, if you don't believe you can be an incredible parent, if you don't believe you can be an incredible parent and an incredible badass business owner, you are selling yourself short of an incredible life that you could have, that you could be living, because nothing will ever hold you back from your dream life, your dream business, besides yourself. Because if you don't believe it's possible, you will never take action to achieve it. And if you don't believe you can do it, then you will never start to integrate new habits, new ways of being, new things of doing, and you will forever remain imprisoned to your current beliefs, paradigms, and sadly, your past, which is the number one reason why people hold themselves back. So let's open up to live Q&A, and I'm going to go ahead and open this up to your questions. And I'm going to start with the first question that came over on Instagram at Brandon R. Foster. And so the first question is what would you say to somebody who's been really great at manifesting things in the past, but it feels like they're not able to manifest things like they used to, slash, it's not working like it used to. What would you say to encourage someone going through that? So, if you're not familiar with the term manifestation, you can substitute goal achievement. But all manifestation is, and a lot of people think that manifestation is a woo term. It's actually not a woo term at all. Manifestation just means what you thought about, what you dreamed about, manifests or comes real in reality. That's all it means. So it's kind of like you have a goal for your business, whether it's your first $10,000 month, first $100,000 month, first $1 million month, like whatever it is, and you've achieved that. That is manifesting. You've taken your goal, your dream, and it is now a reality. So if you are taken out by that term, just think of it in terms of like goal achievement. So I can relate to this question, and it's normal. It happens because you're human. And I would say that three things. Number one, I would say you've forgotten how good of a manifester you are because you've been focused on not being able to manifest. And so you are manifesting, but you're manifesting what you don't want because you keep focusing on the fact that you're not manifesting what you want. So it's kind of like you had all these other goals in your life and you're like, okay, I achieved this goal. I achieved this goal. I achieved this goal. Now you have a new goal and you're in process for this new goal. And as you're in process of this new goal, it's not happening as quickly and easily as the other goals were. And so now you're doubting yourself of like, can I achieve this goal because this goal is not working and I'm stuck and it's frustrating and this goal is too hard and it's too difficult. And the truth is that goal, what you want is not any more difficult than the previous goals, but you're on a new level. So God is challenging you to rise to a new level of faith, a new level of trust, a new level of gratitude that is required for you to do. I would also say that the bigger the goal that you have that is further away from your current reality, that the universe needs more time to catch up, like more things need to shift and rearrange because God will never set you up for failure. I would also say that there's a lot of little nuanced things that we can start to attach ourselves to, which is just not helpful. Like it's going to take a long time. It won't happen until it really has to happen. I've messed up my opportunity already, so now it can't happen. And like all of those little small ideas that you might have are going to be energy leaks. And you need to look at all of those energy leaks, which is basically all those doubts, all those worries. I was reading something the other day. I don't even remember where I was reading this, but it was like, when you worry, what you're saying is that God and the universe can't help you. Because if you truly believe that God loved and adored you, you wouldn't worry because you would know that your prayer is already answered. And then there was Eckhart Tolle reel the other day, and I just happened to come across it. And it was very short. And it was like, there's only one rule of manifestation, and it's never changed. And everybody says it, and it's the same thing, which is act as if it's already done, believe it's already done, and it'll be done, which is very interesting because if you're a faith-based person, you know, God promises to honor all of the promises and to wait on the Lord with strength. And I think that's part of it, is like waiting on the Lord means that you know it's going to happen. So you don't have to be anxious or worried about it. So just a quick recap. Number one, go back and remember all the times that you did manifest your goals, your dreams, aspirations, and remind yourself that this is not a big deal. Like all those other ones were easy to do. So why can't this be easy? This gets to be easy too. This doesn't have to be a big deal. And any of those energy leaks, forgive them, accept them, reframe them, heal the energy leaks. And then number three is feel into gratitude. Like, how would it feel if it was already done? How would it feel if you achieve the goal? How would you feel? And you can tie back into what I said earlier today, which was for money, it's a sense of freedom. How would it feel if you could buy whatever you wanted to? How would it feel if you had more than enough? How would it feel if you had this safety net to fall back on? How would all of that feel? For achievement in your business, in terms of like hiring and having infrastructure and having support, how would it feel if you would accomplish it? How would that satisfaction feel? How would you feel if you were proud of yourself? Like, how would that feel? Really good question. Next question is, by the way, if you are listening to live right now, feel free to type in your questions. What are the best mindset qualities to have? So let's just reestablish basic definition of mindset really quickly. So mindset is choosing how you think, and how you think often determines how you feel. I was listening to a reel by Mel Robbins the other day, and she said something, and I love Mel Robbins. I think she's amazing. She said something to the effect of, don't let your emotions dictate what you do. You can be more powerful than your emotions. And she said to literally ignore your emotions. I think that is a very dangerous game to play, because that is actually why people become depressed and repressed, is because they ignore their emotional feelings. I do believe that emotions are your indicator of what you're thinking. And I do think emotions are blessings and gifts from God to help us come back to love. Because if you feel bad, then you are definitely separated from the love that God has for you. And I also believe that when you take action from a place of feeling good and excited and eager, in anticipation of God's promises coming to fruition, anticipation of your dreams coming true, feeling into it, believing in it, you are definitely creating from that space, versus when you do something, even when you don't want to do it and you don't feel good, creating from a place of fear or dread. Now, it's true, you can manifest money and things that you want even when you feel bad. So, because you can get attached to the idea that you can only manifest or only experience good when you feel good. And that's not true either, because God never stops loving you. God is always working to help you. It is always working out to help you. So there is some truth. There is a big truth in the fact that you don't have to have a good attitude all the time and have good things happen in your business. You don't have to be perfect to receive the money or receive the job. So there is truth in that. However, it is more powerful to do that from a place of love and from gratitude. You can't get away from that. Like, that's just a divine truth. So knowing that, I would say the most important mindset qualities to have is to, number one, be able to detach from your thoughts and realize that just because you think something does not mean that it's true, and that your brain is simply trying to protect you. Whenever you have a negative, what if, fearful, or doubtful thought, your brain is just trying to protect you from feelings of failure, feelings of insecurity, feelings of disappointment. So when you know that, that becomes very powerful. The other second quality I would have about mindset is really taking control of what do you want to believe in your life, because that's what integration is. Whenever I use the term integration with your mindset, what I'm talking about is taking a new belief, and this could be for faith-based, a Bible verse, one of God's promises. If you're not faith-based and you believe in the universe or unconditional love, then it would be a core belief or declaration of love over your life, how you're supported in your life and your business, whether it's through your clients, whether it's through money, whether it's through other people, your employees, your team, whatever it is. And integrate. So choose to feel into those thoughts as if they were already true. How would that feel? What would you be doing if it was safe to do things that you're currently afraid to do? Because procrastination only exists because we're afraid to do something. That's the only reason we ever procrastinate, is we're afraid. We're afraid it's going to take too much time or too long, or we're not smart enough to do it, or it'll cost too much money or too many resources. Those are the only reasons why we don't do it. So that would be number 2. And the third best mindset quality to have flat out is just persistence, because the only reason why people quit is they stop believing in themselves. And the only way you could ever possibly fail in the dreams, the goals, the aspirations that God has placed in your heart is if you quit. Because as long as you keep going and moving forward, you're closer to achieving that than you ever have been before. Every 1,000-mile journey starts with only one step. So if you realize that, then persistence and not giving up and keep shifting and rearranging is an incredible quality to have. And then I would say the other key is just being willing to shift and see things differently, because it is so easy when things happen to us, which is really things happening for us, to judge ourselves or judge a situation and determine whether that means anything about our lovability, our worth, our success. And it's just contrary to the truth, which is that you're loved and adored because you exist. And when things happen to you that are not fun, it doesn't mean that you're not loved and adored, and the good always gets to be harvested from it. And so being willing to see things differently, being willing to open your heart to love and to forgive is what allows you to move through and move past those events quickly and easily in a way that feels really good to you. Those are 2 really, really good questions. Okay, so let's see if we have any other questions that we have. What do you do when it looks like your business isn't working anymore? Okay, so that is a really, really good question. So first of all, it is easy. There's very subtle nuances in business where you, like, here's an example. One nuance in business is that I'll only get the results I want if I work really, really hard, make a lot of sacrifices, and really like bust my butt to get there. Well, if you believe that, then you're going to have to do that, because that's what you're creating from a place of. And the thing that I always point out to you is the story of like Peter and Jesus. And Jesus is like, hey, just throw your net on the other side, throws the net on the other side, it almost breaks. There was nothing that was hard about that. There was nothing that was forceful about that. It was ease, it was flow, it was love. And so I do think that sometimes we, instead of taking the time to think in our business and not be lazy with our thought, we spend so much time acting because society teaches us to act, but we don't stop to ask, is this the right thing for me at the right time for my business? So when it feels like it's not working, I would say that you're a match for it not working, because maybe you felt like you couldn't handle any more business at that point in time, or you saw something in your business, remember 5 senses, and you saw a decline someplace, and you're like, oh, it looks like it stopped working. And then you're going to see more signs that it's not working, because that's energetically what you're a match for. And I would say it's really important for you, when it feels like it's not working, to remind yourself that even when it looks like it's not working, it is working, and redecide what you decided earlier when it was working, which is it is working. It's working better than you could ever expect. It's easier than you ever expect. You're more loved than you can imagine. And you're excited and eager to see how God, the universe, is blessing your life and blessing your business. And come back to that. And also remember that there is a gestation period. And so also like be practical and look back and ask yourself, did I stop doing practical pieces that I was doing before? Because if you stop doing practical pieces that were working before, you can lose your momentum in your business, because part of business is taking inspired action. And it would be like a farmer who's been planting seeds and believing and believing and believing, and they have all this harvest, and then all of a sudden they just stop planting seeds. And they go, well, God, what happened? Does the universe not love me anymore because I don't have any harvest? And it's like, no, you stop planting seeds. So you got to keep planting your seeds. So I think that's another thing that I would really say. And just forgive the situation. Forgive the situation. Well, you all, that was amazing. We had 3 questions, and I spent almost 20 minutes answering 3 questions. That was amazing. So if you all have questions that you want to ask me on @BrandonR.Foster on Instagram. Tag me. You can also ask me on my Facebook page as well, or YouTube, like wherever. Like, ask me the questions. I really enjoyed this today. I want to do more of these episodes in the future because I love inspiring and encouraging all of you to your next level of co-creative faith, confidence, and abundance in your business and in your life. I love you all. Have an incredible rest of your day. And thank you so much for listening. We'll talk soon. Bye, boo. You have been listening to Confident AF Live, taking your mindset next level to get next year's results today with host Brandon Foster on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Listen or watch live every Wednesday, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, where I help badasses like you with big dreams learn to take their impact and results next level, turning those unrealistic goals into reality. Confident AF Live is the gateway to enormous new opportunities and unlimited possibilities. For more information, get in touch with me, Brandon, at BrandonRFoster.com.